Tune in to the Diva Hustle.
Hey, you guys, thanks for tuning in to the Diva Hustle Show. Today is our guest, Tammie. She's the CEO of Dion Michaels Skincare for Men. Hi, Miss Tammie, how are you?
I'm doing great, Miss Paris. How are you?
I'm doing fine. So tell me, how did you come up and get in the business of men's skincare?
Well, it started back when we were in our college days because I have my business partner is actually my best friend. So we met in college. We played the sorority. We're both Deltas.
Okay.
And so, so we had always talked about starting a business, and we actually started one back when we were in college. We were selling like paraphernalia and things of that nature. But we also had problems with our skin. Both of us had really bad acne, a lot of scarring and things of that nature. So Simone and I, which is my business partner, we kind of went on a quest to just try to, help to get our skin right. Because that was our confidence was lacking, all of that stuff was going on. And when you're in a sorority and you're out there and stuff, you always you're in college and you want to look your best.
Right.
And so our skin was just kind of holding us back. So we kind of found some things that worked for us. And so we understood when we did that how that lifted us up.
Okay.
So fast forward, Paris, we moved on with our lives, graduated and stuff. Kind of broke off, for a little bit, and then Simone was getting married. So she had reached out to me, and I was in the wedding and stuff, and then we kind of talked again about starting a business again.
Okay.
And this time, instead of just kind of like, let's just start anything, we wanted to do something that really matters. So that's why we started the skincare line. Because we knew how many problems and issues we had with our skin. We knew how our confidence built when we solved that issue. And so we were like, let's start a skincare line. And then we were like, okay, should we do it for men or for women?
Okay.
And so we're like, women got skincare stuff all over the place. So we felt like men was like an underserved market. So when we started talking about boyfriends, husbands, and all of that, they were like, we need something.
Yeah.
Hence that we birthed Dion Michaels Skincare for Men, and that's why we went in that direction.
Yeah, tell me, what's the difference between the male and the female skin when it comes to like regimens and things like that?
Well, first of all, men's skin is thicker than women's skin.
Okay.
So they need different products to help with their skin. I think one of the most important things, Miss Paris, is that men shave. I mean, so their regimen consists of shaving, whether it's their face, maintaining of a beard, or even if they're bald.
Right.
So that's something that they do every day. And when a man shaves every day, that outer layer is affected. So they need products to help to renew that skin, to help with that daily process. So that's really one of the biggest things that men shave every day, and hence they need products to renew that skin, to help to guard the skin against the shaving every day. And things of that nature. So that's probably the biggest issue or the biggest thing that they have that's different than women.
Now, when you guys had started the skincare line, what were some of the products y'all initially started with, and did y'all have to go through like a testing process?
Oh my God, yes. It was more than a notion. So Simone, she's a licensed esthetician, so we needed that. Because because when you start skincare lines, Miss Paris, you can either buy something that's already a formula that's already been made and just slap your label on it, or you can create your own formula. And so we wanted to create our own because we wanted it to be natural. We wanted it to be used from all ethnicities, so white men, black men, Asian men, and so the private label market, they didn't have something for that. So we had to work with a chemist.
Okay.
So it took us like 2-3 years just in the putting together of the chemicals. So Simone knew what ingredients, because she was the esthetician side.
Right.
And so we worked with like 3 or 4 chemists. The first 2 didn't work out. We were testing and all of that. But when we finally got it together and we first started testing, the men had said that they liked the products, and they actually said they felt like their face was glowing.
Oh,
And
wow.
wow, okay.
That's good.
You don't use that terminology. You know, it's like, we're like, okay. So when we had them fill out surveys and everything, and the common thread was they said they felt like their skin was glowing, and so we knew then that we were on to something. So this third chemist that we use is the one that eventually our formula was designed by. But we wanted a custom blended formula. It took longer, but we love the results that came out of it. So yeah.
And what are some barriers? I know, because getting into the skincare business, you know, you see Rihanna, I think Alicia Keys, like everybody's going into this industry. What are some barriers that you and Simone have faced, and how did y'all overcome them?
Yeah, well, the testing part, like you said before, your products have to be tested, and you got to have the paperwork and stuff that proves you know, not only that it works, but it won't damage the skin. We had to take out practical things. We had to have insurance.
Right.
So we had to take out business insurance. So again, when you have products that people are putting on their face and their bodies, from a liability standpoint, we got to be covered.
Right.
Not that we're saying that, you know, our skincare line is going to, you know, start people to break out, but you never know how people's skin reacts to certain things. So we had to be covered on that end. And then another barrier that we have to kind of overcome is the competition. So everybody and their mama, you know, got a skincare line, like you said, especially the celebrities and stuff. So we had to make sure that in putting this thing together, we had, okay, what are the things that make us unique? And so we knew that we just couldn't put a skincare line out there. We had to have unique characteristics that people were like, okay, yours is different from XYZ and everybody else that's out there. So we make a guarantee that they'll see results within 14 days, and we made sure we tested it on that. We made sure that it does work for all skin types and ethnicities. We made sure that it was multitasking, which means that you could use it as a shaver, a cleanser, a beard conditioner, so they wouldn't have to use 7 different products and stuff. So we had to test for all of that. So if we make the claim that you can use it as a shaver and a cleanser, we had to be able to prove that. The skin balm, it can moisturize the face, but it also can be used as a beard balm.
Okay.
We had to test all of that. So we had to make sure we had enough unique qualities that we can go to the market, already saturated market, and say these are the things that make us different. So yeah.
And so where's your line located at now? Are you selling like in stores, or is it mainly online?
It's mainly online, but we're moving forward. So we have our online presence. Just want to announce to everybody, last week we got approved, so we're on Amazon now. So our Amazon store went live last week. So yeah, that was a lot too. I'm like, to get on Amazon is more than a notion too. And now we're meeting. So we're working with a company now. We're going to be interviewing to now get in retail stores. Okay. So our first meeting is the end of this month. So we want to have different avenues, not just online, but different avenues for people to buy our products. So now we're working on now getting into retail stores now.
And that's interesting. You're saying that you're interviewing to get in stores. How did y'all even approach that? Because that's what some people miss when they're selling products, is that they just think, hey, I could go to the flea market, or I could just sell online. Like, even getting into the stores is kind of like a challenge sometimes, especially when you're smaller.
It is a challenge, and my best advice is that you work with a company that specializes in doing that. So Ms. Paris, we're part of a mastermind group, me and my business partner, and so being connected with people who have connections is the thing that got us in, because within the mastermind group, there was someone who was connected us with the group that we're working with now. And they're telling us how to put together our presentations. They're helping us with a PowerPoint presentation. They have the inroads to the buyers in those stores. So it's really connections that lead to connections that got us in. And so if I wanted to just say to your audience, and for those who are even small, who want to get in these retail stores, you find the right connections. Because again, other than that, you're not going to be able to talk to these people. Us working with this company opened the doors for us because now we got our first interview, which is going to be the end of this month, and I couldn't have gotten it on my own. It was the connections of working with this company that they're gonna, we're gonna go over, what I need to say, how our numbers need to look, because again, they're looking at everything from your profit margins to, why should we have you in there? They even look at your ingredient deck, Miss Paris.
Wow.
Because a lot of these places now, they're going green, they're going clean. So even when we were interviewing with the company, they went into a lot about what ingredients we're using, because now a lot of the stores are leaning toward this all natural, mostly natural type of blend. And so if you have a lot of chemicals in your products, they're not going to interview you. So I'm just giving that advice to those in your audience who are in the skincare industry. They're leaning toward, clean and natural and all of that. And they went through our ingredients and all of that to make sure that before that we interview with these, and then we talking about Neiman Marcus, we talking about even mainstream stores and stuff are going more clean now. So yeah.
And that's the thing. I think you hit on a key point is that, in the beginning, a few minutes ago, how some people, you have the option of, I could get the private label products, but then if you get the private label products, if you're trying to get into the store now, you're going to run into this big wall of, what's in your ingredients? And it doesn't react, and it hasn't been tested.
Parents, you're going to run into a brick wall. because they're going to ask you all of that. They're going to ask you that not only what's in there, Miss Paris, they went into what percentages. So we had to have the documentation from the chemist, because once a chemist, puts your formula together, they give you your ingredient deck, and it shows not only the ingredients but what percentage is in there. And when we're interviewing with the company that's getting us into the retail spaces, they wanted to know what percentage of fragrance you have in there, what percentage of this is in there. If you're saying, it's natural, you got oats or whatever in it, we want to know what percentage is it. You didn't just put a drop in there and then you claim that it's natural. So you're right. You're going to have to be able to show them documentation wise. And you're right. If you're just taking somebody else's product off a shelf and you haven't done the research or had a chemist look at it, or you're not able to explain it, then those doors are not going to open for you. So gone are the days where people are putting anything on their faces and stuff. They want to know. The consumer out there now wants to know, is it natural? The things that you're claiming, is it going to do that? And even before you even get into a store, they're going to do their legwork to make sure before they put your products on the shelf that you've met certain criteria.
And so, since you've been in the skincare line for men, were you surprised or taken back by how many male customers, that are really into self-care?
I was really surprised, because at first, when we made the decision, we were like, okay, are we going to even have any customers? You know what I'm saying? But once we started surveying the landscape, so, you got to do that. So for anybody who out there in business, you got to make sure it's a market for your stuff. You may think that you're the greatest thing since sliced bread, but if people are not wanting you or looking for you, you're going to be the only one buying your product. So as we were interviewing folks, especially men, they were like, it's nothing out there for us. A lot of them saying they're using their wives' products, their girlfriends' products. A lot of them were saying that it's not anything out there for us. And even the ones that said that they were buying for like Walgreens and, those type of stores, they were saying that it wasn't like a custom blended formula. They wanted something that was on a higher end that was for them. So again, you got to do your legwork. You got to ask your customers what they want, and so we found out that they wanted it, and then we asked some more questions. Men they don't like to be in the bathroom for long. Us, we can take 10 steps and do that mask and all of that. We want something quick and we can get in and out. So that's why we decided on a 2-step process. We didn't want to make it long and drawn out because they told us they don't want long and drawn out. They want quick, effective, and they want something that boosts their confidence because like you know this, a lot of people are working longer now, because of the economy and things of that nature. And again, when you're working longer, you don't want to look old. You know what I'm saying? Your promotions depend on it. Your moving forward depends on it. And you don't want to be replaced with somebody younger because you look old. So people will talk about appearance doesn't mean anything, but it really does, especially in competitive work environments. When you have to be in front of customers, when you're presenting and stuff, your appearance matters just as much as what you're saying and what you know.
Right. And that's the key. I remember I was at Nordstrom's and a guy, and he stopped and asked me, he's like, "Oh my God, your skin is so nice. Like, what do you use?" And I was kind of like, okay, what's going on? But then he started telling me, that he was looking for something for his skin. So that's why I was asking the question, do you see now more men are into self-care for their skin? And I'm happy for it. Like you said, because appearance that's your face is your seller.
Yes, it's your seller. I mean, it's the thing. It's the first appearance because again, before you even open your mouth, people look and see how you look, how you present yourself, how you dress, all of that before you even open your mouth, and they're making judgments right off of that. Right. And so again, you're right. The men are asking for help. They like help. I mean, they like, we got a lot of stuff out here for women and stuff, and so we want to change that. We want to change the perception that skincare is just for men. Just for women. That only women are concerned about how they look, even aging. Miss Paris, they're talking about that, and that's another difference between women's skin and men's skin. Women's skin, they age quicker, but once men start to age, their lines are deeper. So the lines on the eyes, and so once they start to get wrinkles, it's more profound and the lines are deeper than when a woman starts to experience aging. And because their skins are so thicker, they're thicker than women's. So they're concerned about aging too now. They really are. And again, I think that's because of the women and stuff. So they finally catching on. It took them a while.
It took them a while, right?
But they're not catching on. They don't want to be sitting up there, their wives looking young and stuff because they're using the right products. And then they ask you, "Who is this? Your grandfather?" You know what I'm saying? So they're catching on, and we're glad, and we're just riding that wave, Miss Paris, and just giving them what they need. So yeah,
that's excellent. So what's next for for Dion Michaels skincare line? What next new products you're working on or going to produce?
Yeah, the next products that we want to do, we want to now do like a exfoliator, because again, that's an important part of the skincare routine and stuff, is to be able to exfoliate your skin and get all the dead skincare cells and all of that stuff out. And we're looking at even kind of producing like a gummy and stuff, little gummies that they can take. Okay. That will help in the aging process and stuff like that. So we got some things that we're planning that are down the road and stuff. But it's been a good ride. I mean, we're getting a lot of good press from our products and stuff, and we're really excited about it. We really are.
And if people wanted to get in contact with you, what's the best way to get in contact?
To get in contact with us is our website, which is Dion Michaels. That's DionMichaels.com. And so I want to tell you how we came up with the name Dion Michaels. So again, it's a dedication to the men in our lives. So Dion is my business partner. That's her son's name.
Okay.
My boyfriend's middle name is Michael, and we just added an S. So we wanted it to kind of be a tribute to the men in our lives. So that's why it's called Dion Michaels. And now we're on Amazon, so you can search for us too. So those two arenas, and then we're looking to get in retail stores very soon. But for now, it's the website, DionMichaels.com, and then we're also on Amazon.
Well, thanks, Miss Tammie, for stopping past. I appreciate it. I mean, I wish y'all the best, you and your partner. And, you know, kudos to y'all getting into the skincare line business because, like I said, you know, especially we at the bottom, we know, you know what I mean? Y'all went through the trial and tribulations of producing this product. Y'all just not slapping your name on somebody else's stuff. Like, y'all really are into it. You know, y'all walk, live, and breathe it. So,
and I want to thank you for this podcast. I you know, we women out there, especially as Black women, you're right. We're divas and we got to hustle on. So I just want to thank you for even offering a podcast for women like me and who look like me and you. To get on and to talk about our businesses and how we got our hustle on, Miss Paris, because it truly is a hustle.
Yo, tell me about it. I mean, you know, we have to support each other. You know what I mean? It's not a competition. Right now, it's about unity, and we all on the same race. You know what I mean? And that's my whole thing with the podcast is that letting everybody know, like, hey, my sister, I'm going to tag you in, and I'm opening up this door. You coming in right behind me. So that's the whole reason for the Diva Hustle Show. But anytime you want to come back, you're almost more than welcome to come back and your partner. And anything I could do, just let me know.
I do want to come back because again, we're like sisters. I mean, this is our first time talking, but I enjoyed this. I mean, and I want to talk some more. And again, I just appreciate you opening the door for us divas, us sisters. Get our business out there, and you're doing a great work.
Thank you. Yeah, well, you got to come back and continue. We got to talk more about skincare because you know people don't understand the importance of the exfoliating and washing the face daily, morning and night, and moisturizing and men and women. You know what I mean? Some people don't even know how to do it. They don't know what tools to use.
And you're right. Maybe I could come in and just describe a simple routine for men to take care of their skin, and like you said, going into the routine even more in detail and stuff. So I would like to do that. So yes.
All right. Yes. Thank you again. So I'm going to end this podcast.
Divas around the cloud, divas around the globe. Six to my head to toe. Divas around the globe. Diva hustle show. Diva hustle show. Yeah. Diva hustle show.
Motivate the glow. We get your more info. Flick to my head to toe. I let the whole world know.